Hi, I'm Ailey for Design Break, and today I'm going to show you 6 really useful typography resources for designers. This is a roundup of typography resources, not where you can get fonts, but where you can find inspiration and guidance on using fonts. The first resource is Font in Logo, which is something that I've come across recently. I think it was featured in the Under Consideration blog, and it's basically just a library. It's a growing library of fonts that are used in logos. So you can search by logos if you've got a specific brand in mind you want to check, or you can see the fonts, which is actually quite interesting. If you pick like a popular font, you can look in and see what big brands have used that. So for example, for Futura, you can see all the different popular brands who have used it, and a lot of these are verified, but then you get unverified ones, which are like a close match for companies who have like modified the font or don't have an official font. So it's the closest match for the one that was used as the base. Next up is Fonts in Use. So this is another library type resource, and it's basically just a library of different fonts in use out in the world. And I really like it because it shows you different font pairings that have worked in the past. So you can see different projects that have used a variety of different fonts, and you can see how they interact with each other and how the designers use them with success or without success, depending on your opinion. Yeah, so you can just see the different interactions of fonts and how people have used them, and just see it in an actual physical presentation, which is really cool. And they've got a good mix of like retro examples and more modern ones. And there's loads of different applications as well. So there's like books or posters or websites. You can even search by application. So if you're looking for inspiration for a certain project, you can search by the format. So you can see here this big giant list, and you can search by typeface as well. So it's a huge big resource and a massive source of potential inspiration for your next type project. So next is actually a subreddit called Identify This Font, and I've actually used this resource a few times. It's a community of other designers and typography enthusiasts who obviously have a really good knowledge of fonts, and you can go on there and ask a question. If you've seen a font out in the wild and you want to know what font it is, but you have no way of knowing, you can just post a picture, and a lot of the people will know or be able to suggest a close font, which you can then go and research more and find out what it is. And as well as you being able to ask what a font is, if you've seen one, you can see other people inquiring about fonts as well that you might like. So it's useful in 2 different ways. So it's always interesting to see that pop up on your feed with different suggestions and stuff. Okay, I wanted to steer clear from places where you can actually obtain fonts, but Google Fonts actually within an actual font page has this really useful popular pairings section where you can see the font that you're looking at and what it's usually paired with, or what it can be paired with success, and you can kind of just see and try different combinations there. So I thought that was quite a good tool, because then if you're using a font and you want a quick view of what you might be able to use it with in your project, you can just quickly see here some suggestions off the bat to get you started, and then you can maybe go away and find your own font that's along a similar line to that. Okay, next is on the awards website. They have a collection of free fonts. This is a resource where you can get fonts, which I kind of wanted to steer clear of, but I really like websites that have this presentation where you can see it, how the designer intended it to be used, and it's quite a good resource for seeing that. And next up is a fun one. It's called Kern Type. So it's just an interactive game where you can practice your kerning skills. So you basically just drag the letters around visually, and then you can get scored on your kerning. 83 out of 100. Not great. Thanks for watching, and if you've got a favourite font or typography resource that I've not mentioned, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to see how you guys get inspired with your typography projects. Bye.